Ready, set.
45. Mike, 45. I got one.
Snap.
Looking to throw on second down. Stevens. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Texan first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
Go.
Throwing on first down. Stevens. It's complete. Stills. 23 yards, the final tally. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter.
Ready, 70, Indy. Ready.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line.
60 outlaw.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 10-yard line.
Down. 90, Wolf.
We're scoreless after 1.
Ready? 18 Gator.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Let's go.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness, just about got him into the end zone.
10 logo.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. He can run for it, and he will. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Yeah. Who draws corner? Shoot.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's their quarterback. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Greystone, travel.
Check, Mike 27. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike,
Snap.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Here's Sam Martin now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And here's where I'm perfectly happy to defer to my analyst and let him analyze this one.
I don't get it.
That's the analysis?
That's the analysis. I don't get it. I mean, you're on the other side of midfield. Maybe. But a fake punt way down here, you want analysis? Ridiculous.
Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last...
And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
We're playing to win. Let's go.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Out, 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 out.
Get it.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 47. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Going deep here for Stills. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Operating from the gun, Stevens. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Muhammad Wilkerson sacks him that time, coming in off the edge.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A second down pass play there, but it's in. Complete.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Oh, yeah!
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Stevens. Flush to his right. He may try and run for the... And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. Their mobile quarterback on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Switch. 36. Watch out.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And that will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40%.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking that time for Stills, and that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's in. Touchdown, Houston. Their mobile, agile quarterback on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Joker, 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 Joker. Check 3, check 3.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
60 Pittsburgh.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
Hey, Charlie. Shoot.
Operating from the gun, Stevens. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Hey, orbit.
45's the mic. Let's go, dude.
Hit it.
Let's go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I think there'll be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Check. Yep. Get him. You got him. Hey, go.
To throw on second down, Stevens. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Stevens. And that's complete to Cooks. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Stevens. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On third down, Stevens. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
And this will be taken at the 13. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now.
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 76 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The Broncos take over. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working?
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 35. 20. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, Haywood. Hurry up.
2nd and 3. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it. And this will be a touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence?
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And the Texans scoop it. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. The offense was in a tough spot. An opportunistic defense takes advantage, get the turnover, they get the touchdown too.
I know this is going to sound strange, but oftentimes defenses call for this type of a play in this situation. Offense is pinned back near their own goal line. They tell them, be aggressive, go for the football, create a score. That's exactly what they did.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
Come on.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way.
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance.
Down.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Off play action. Stevens. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
You got nothing.
To throw it is locked. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney merciless. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And it's taken in at the 9. It's a touchdown. Officially 91 yards on the punt return as his guys continue to pour it on.
Let's just call that play what it was. Bold, dashing, daring, and a big-time return for a touchdown.
Fielding a punt inside the 10. Most coaches, they frown upon that, don't they?
They really do. I do know some special teams coaches who say, okay, I'll let you go to about the 8, and you're right in that gray area, and he made that play work in a massive way.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. He gets it to Cooks. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 27 yards there, a first down.
Here we go, here we go. Head over. Hey, box drop. Ready?
On first down, Stevens going for it all. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
From the 21, it's second and 10. Throwing again, Stevens. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
The Texans on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is third and 10. Operating from the gun, Stevens. Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from 5 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.